All right, man. Very, very excited about today, brother. No introduction from me. You already know who you guys are. Fuck, but introduce yourselves to everybody else out there.
Yeah. Oh well, I just want to say the intro was epic, by the way. Like,
Oh, I appreciate that, man.
love that, man. That's a great tune. Yeah, so we're Red Marble and the Berserkers, all the way from the Emerald Isle of Ireland, eh?
Yeah. You guys have been busy the last year, man. Like I'm a little starstruck and kind of star on now. You guys are making a good splash for yourselves out there, you know.
Oh, it's always the same for us, man. You know what I mean? You're soaring as well, man. You're keeping it going strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, busy out.
Yeah, it has been busy. I just before we came on, I was trying to think when the last time we talked to you. You thought it was a year, and I was thinking, was it before we went to Scandinavia to support Vader?
Yeah. I think it was just before then. So
I think it's about a year and a half, but it's been.
Oh wow.
But it's been non-stop. Like we had the plan of going to Europe to support a couple of bigger bands, and that happened. We spoke to you just before that. As soon as we came back from that, well, there was a lot of stuff. We had a plan to get the new album done and to upgrade in terms of a label, but then Ren had some devastating personal things that happened, and that really affected the way the album went. And I'll let Ren talk about that. But we spent last year helping Ren. We're still helping.
Of course, right?
And the album turned out differently because of what Ren was going through, you know. And but it's look, we're all like incredibly proud of the album. It's out next month, and we can talk a bit more about that. But it's been really busy. The plan that we put in place, we still went through with it, and that meant a lot of work.
Yeah.
But giving Ren a wee bit of space too, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all about planning and staying busy and putting things in place and putting the blocks here, and when that block's there, you can start asking about the next little block. You know, it's like band Tetris. You know?
Yeah. Right.
But it's great to talk to you again. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
So, I'm so excited. Like I said, man, I love talking to you guys. You guys always get me going. Always pull me up, full of energy, right? So,
I love how bright and sunny it is where you are, and how grim and dark it is here.
We haven't had sun for a few months now, you know, so it's a nice change for sure, right?
It's like show off to the Irish guys, you know, give them a bit of sun.
Yeah, you know, help you out a little bit, right?
Nice. Yeah, no, like Taryn said, we've been working so hard on this new album, and we got picked up by Wormhole Death, so we're just absolutely delighted about that.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, man, Italian label ran by Carlo Bellotti and his amazing crew. Natty as well has been doing so much for us there, and it's I don't know, it was like we were sitting on this project for the last, because the album's finished a good while, but we had to wait for everything to be, you know, shuffle up, and they have everything's scheduled now, like, so we're not used to that because we're used to just banging stuff out, you know, and the labels are normally like we had a great time with UMM, that was our old label, but they just let us go and do stuff as quickly as we wanted, and now these guys have a really nice professional schedule where we have to sit there twiddling our thumbs going, okay, so this is coming out now. But they started, was it last week or the week before, when they really started churning things out. So we have the new album on the 29th of March, but we have a new video, a lyric video for the title track called Holy Mountain, because the album is called Helgafal, but it's actually means Holy Mountain. And the Holy Mountain song is a song I wrote for my father. And and it's so like we thought it would be best to make the lyric video about that, to have all the words nice and clear. So yeah, 28th of February, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's gonna be, yeah. Look, and like the label made it first and everything, like, which is really weird because we, when it comes to the creative side and the imagery and everything, it's very much like our baby. So like to hand this to the label to work on it, it was a big step in a way.
Well, you're trim now. Now they have all your work in that sense. Like, what are they gonna do to it to you? How are they gonna butcher it?
Yeah, because we're all creatives too.
Yeah.
Like Kathleen's a brilliant photographer and videographer.
Yeah.
Ryan's got a brilliant sort of creative, conceptual brain, and Cass has got great ideas too. And I'm a graphic designer, like during the day. So we've gone from creating our own little babies to kind of giving the baby over to this label, and we went,
let's move out now.
But they did a great job with the video.
They did. They actually pulled off exactly what we wanted, but there was like a few little things. So we did get to add a few of our own little bits into it as well. But I'm really happy with it. Really, really, it's really great that because now we released last year the video for this Journeys of Rig.
Yeah.
So Journeys of Rig is the first song on the album. So we have a full what would you say, live action band video.
Yeah.
Then we have like the lyric video, and then we're planning on making another video.
Yeah.
So we're gonna make that even more live action, and we're gonna maybe try and maybe act a little bit in it, and take people out with swords and axes.
I love that. I love that about the band. Like, you guys are in the perfect spots for when you're doing your videos. I know you have infinite castles and ruins to go to pick, but how do you decide on the background so it's not always the same in that sense, where you're kind of limited, even though you have an amazing shit, you're limited to your amazing shit that you do have, right?
Yeah, it really is. It's like, even actually just before we came in to chat to yourself, we were talking about a new photo shoot, and we were like, oh, we'll go here, we'll go there. And Kathy, my Shield Maiden missus, I've mentioned her many times. Yeah, she's a massive part to this as well. And she was actually just there. She goes, oh, look at this place, this is cool. And Cass knew the place, so we're gonna go out. It's like a waterfall. It's not too far. Yeah,
that's not bad, man.
Yeah, we'd like to pick keep it fresh, but like, we are absolutely blessed, aren't we? With,
every few miles here at TJ, you go around the corner, and if you don't aren't blocked in by sheep, there's a waterfall or a fort or like the remains of an old roundhouse. There's stuff everywhere here because this country is megalithic.
I've been. All this week since we reached out, we were talking about having you on tonight and shit. And I'm like, fuck, you know what? I should, this year for my birthday, I seen you got a show in September. Yeah. Wow. Why don't I just come and see you guys in September, throw myself a birthday party over there,
That'd be awesome. That would be awesome.
We'll talk more about where to fly in, and I can start pricing because work's picking up. We're probably back to work in the next week or two. So I got the budget this year, right? Oh, I can go here, there, right? So.
No, class. Where are we playing?
September, we are in. I have my little list here. Very professional. September 4th, we're in Cork. Yeah, we're in Cork. So, which is at the bottom of the country, but it would be a great road trip anyway down.
I was gonna say, I'll fly in a couple days early, catch the ride, and we can document the whole thing and do some behind the scenes shit.
That would be epic. 100%. Let's do it, man. Yeah, because like we're at the top of the country. Well, basically.
Yeah, you guys are northeast or east side, right? Yeah.
But the Cork is like right down the bottom south, so it's about 7 hours?
Yeah, 7-hour drive.
Oh, that's a regular driving here in Ontario, man. That's no problem. I gotta drive 7 hours to the store, man. Like.
It's like a big.
Yeah. Oh,
right.
Yeah, quite literally. This is near enough the longest drive.
Right.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah. Oh, so we have a piece of cake for you, so man. We'll be all fine.
Yeah, man. What we got? I'll even drive. I don't care. Well, no, you're on the wrong side of the road, man. So I better be careful saying that.
Oh, yeah, that sounds great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that like that's gonna be what midway through the tour. So we're kicking off in June. I think we're doing a warm up show here in our
Yeah.
home in Letterkenny. What is it? The cottage.
Yeah, the cottage in Letterkenny, 13th of April.
Nice.
It's kind
That's a good time of year to start too. The weather's real nice for you guys over that way too, right? Well, nice as you get, right?
I mean, what was it? It went up to like 10 degrees this week, and I'm sweating buckets, man. I'm like, it's so hot because it was like down in the minus up to the like last week. I'm like, Jesus, lads, 10 degrees. We're gonna be dying like when we go to Europe.
TJ, if we get over 5 degrees here, it's t-shirts and
Yeah.
shorts.
Yeah. We hit a 10 the other day on the roof. I was doing steel. We worked right till dark. It was so warm, and then we finished the next day. But Buddy had to get off the roof twice because he was so cold with the wind chill the next day. So I just stayed up and kept working, right? But it's like, all right, bud, you know. It was cold, though. Yeah, you guys get it brutal out there, though.
It can be very cold, especially where we are, because there's like literally the Atlantic is just kicking our ass. Like, you know?
The next stop, just northwest of us, is Iceland. And when that comes, it's like icicles hanging off your nose.
Yeah, they call it Iceland for a reason, right?
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm actually we're hoping someday eventually to get over to Iceland. Myself and Kathy went over to a music conference in Iceland, and it's such oh man, it's so nice. Like it's at the moment they're having like volcanoes and stuff, so it's probably not a good place to go. But a buddy of mine was there last week during the volcano. I think he's fine. So, but yeah, it's definitely one of those places I'd like to go, you know, but that's probably about as far north as we probably go.
Yeah, I don't blame you, man, you know.
Oh, Greenland, no thanks.
Yeah.
But,
like here in Ontario, I moved pretty far north now. I'm about 7 hours out of Toronto, give or take, with traffic north, right? So it's kind of like middle of Ontario, technically, but there's not much above me. There's like two cities, maybe. Like they're like Thunder Bay's like 12-hour drive north from here, you know. So
that's hardcore.
Yeah, we'll get you over here, man. We got to get you in July, fucking one of these times for our little festival here before I retire from doing it, right?
You know what? Every now and then we think of that, and we're like, "Geez, we'd love to do that." Like, oh, we have it on our agenda eventually.
Yeah, we'll talk more in September when I come over there, and I'll know more about the flights and pricings and all that, right?
I'm looking forward to seeing you driving on the wrong side of the road.
Yeah. Should be a good time, eh?
For the camera.
Yeah, I'm filming it all, the smoking.
Deadly. Yeah, so it's just been mad between the label announcement, and we got a lot of great traction, you know, on the local newspaper. It's just been really cool. Like even yesterday, we went out bowling, like a celebration sort of thing, you know. As a bunch of Vikings go bowling, and we were down in the local place, and like a couple of people came up to us, and one kid came up to us with a guitar pick from our gig in Drogheda that he'd seen us play. And, I went up to get diesel from my car, and this young kid goes, I didn't even tell you this. He came up and he goes, "Oh, I seen you on the newspaper, man." He was like, "You got a new label? That's brilliant. Well done," you know. And there's just a couple of things like that lately, and it's just for us, it's like. It's just really nice that there is all the hard work is starting to get recognized a bit, you know. But
yeah,
it's all down to the team, like in the family, like we always say, like split screen management, our management team, Taj and Kimo they've been solid beside us the whole time, and they helped negotiate this whole thing. And honestly,
that's a rare to find nowadays. Like not even nowadays. It's always been like that in this business, where you always have that sleazy salesman trying to, oh, I'll
Yeah,
sell you. I got you, right? You know, it's like holy. But to hear that you
yeah, we
actually like you have a solid, you guys have that relationship with the management and helping you, like you said, work that deal out for the record and to get
yeah.
on the label. That's pretty extraordinary, man. That's awesome.
And actually, funny, it turned out that a lot of people in the label and our management actually know each other personally.
Oh,
They didn't realize it until they started working together, and they were like, "Oh, I know you," and so it's just you know, it's like this lovely extra little layer of family on top of everything, and especially because when we went to, we were chatting about what we were going to do about releasing this album, and because it's such a close one to my heart anyway, and the boys now as well, that we wanted to make sure that it was released by the right people. So
hmm,
we've done our research, and there was a couple in mind, but these guys really know what we're about and respect the whole heartfelt side behind it too, so it's
yeah.
just it's just awesome. We couldn't ask for more, but yeah, 25th of March the album will be out on no, digital, that's the word.
Yeah, yeah, okay, okay. I was gonna say, like, you got vinyls, you got records coming out. What's rocking here, right?
What are these kids call this, like, streaming stuff now?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's coming out on 8-track then, and nah. Yeah, yeah. The physical copies, we're still waiting to know when they're going to be out. But the
Good.
the thing about this label is they're going to be in shops in Japan and over in the States, and like obviously the labels in Europe, so the Central Europe and stuff as well.
Yeah.
It's just crazy, man. Like, I cannot wait. Like, I saw some band had their album released in HMV in Japan, in Tokyo. I was like, holy shit, that would be incredible. Like,
Imagine Tokyo would be fantastic to go through, especially on a tour, you know.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
we were talking about Japan.
Hmm.
So actually, we're always talking about Japan.
yeah.
We want to do that as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
Canada, America, Japan,
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, just cover it all, right? Yeah, if you guys, when you do come over in the U.S., don't forget, I just bought that land down in Texas I was talking to you about before there, and I'll if you're in the area, man, I'll cruise on down home for a bit and fucking make sure I come down and see you guys on an American stage. That'd be sick.
yeah, definitely. We wouldn't even dream of going over without telling you, man.
Yeah, one day, man, we'll get you over here.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, there was a couple of offers here and there, and they just never
Hmm.
landed. But uh, we have another cool show coming up as well that we can't talk about just yet because it's not announced. But it's not in Ireland anyway. It's not in Canada, unfortunately, but
Yeah, yeah.
that's another really cool thing that we're really excited about. So between that and the label and the new album and the lyric video, and then yesterday we got announced for
this is so cool.
yeah, there's this Viking festival. There's a place in England called York, and they have this really rich history of well, Vikings basically,
Mhm.
and there was this big battle called the Siege of Jorvik, and they basically the whole town turns into like just a Viking settlement for like the weekend.
Oh,
So
wow.
all reenacting stuff. So we were lucky enough to get word from them yesterday or the day before, and they said we'd love you to come over and play. So we were like, oh fuck yeah, yeah,
Hey, yeah, man, that's fucking fantastic, man. I'm so happy for you guys, man. All congratulations all around the board. You guys deserve it though. All the hard work and the dedication you guys have put into it.
Oh, thank
means
you.
a lot.
You guys definitely deserve it 100%.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's gonna be nice to play to like a room full of Vikings anyway.
Right? They get down, they do that rowboat move they do now, the fucking pit.
I must give a shout out to we've a fan of ours. He's become a friend now. His name is David Callahan, and he comes to all the shows. And he's such a cool guy. And he comes out and he has his kilt and the whole lot. And he's every night I see him down and he's trying to get the row thing going. And a lot of nights it works, like, and he gets a couple of heads doing it, like, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking about that this morning. We have a song called Storm the Beaches, and I was meant to say to you, but I'll tell you now live on air that I was going to put in the lyric, you know, row, because I do it live when I see him doing this row thing, but I'm actually going to put it into the song. We can all do it properly. Like.
And then you can be like, yeah, right. This is the song you do it at now. Everyone knows what to do. Let's do it.
I'll be good crack, like, but yeah, no, we call him the Hussar. He's like the leader of the heathen tribe, you know. He ran the first, like, you know.
Oh, that's fantastic, man.
There's a few guys like him. They turn up at all the shows. It's amazing. The war paint on.
Yeah, his buddy Jay does be always with him too. I have to give that Jay shout out. Yeah. I think every single show we've played in the last year and a half, they've been right in the front. You know, like, and there's quite a lot of others. If I start mentioning them, everybody will be here all day. But I'll just give Josh. Well, there's a lot of cool kids, man, coming out and loving the Viking stuff, and it's just we couldn't ask for more. Like, it's just we're here chatting to you again for the third, fourth time, man.
I was gonna say it's been 3 or 4 at least, man, ever since we met, man. I love having you guys on. I'm always, let's come on, you know.
It's hard to keep it like a professional chat, you know. I just want to talk brother stuff, friend stuff, you know. It's just
no, there's so much to discuss too, man. Like off behind the, you know, not about music and shit, just life in general, right? But,
what else? There's the album. I think I don't know.
You still got merch and stuff. You still got shirts and.
Cass is the merch aficionado here.
That's a great question for you, brother. Where do we find your merch and what all you got for sale?
What have we got now, Cass?
We got everything. We got patches, t-shirts, bottle openers.
Like
flags.
What have we got? Well, do we have any of these bar blades left, Cass?
5 or 6 left. Yeah.
Oh man.
You can hit your enemy with it and
open a beer.
And then we still have our strings, but we're gonna get a new set. Myself and Cass are gonna upgrade them a little bit. I'm gonna change my gauge a bit and update the picture, and Cass is gonna do the same. So we've loads of t-shirts, don't we? Yeah. All that stuff. But the great thing is that, you know, we're kind of spreading the Viking, the Norse kind of pagan thing too. So we get to have like just hammers at shows and stuff, and it's like we're getting to help spread that.
The iconography of the Norse stories, and people are into it. You know, they love the look. Like, this is one of the t-shirts that we worked together on the design, and the imagery just works for the audience that we're playing to, you know. And they want to buy a bar blade. They see the new hammer. They want there's a new Fenrir pendant. Yeah. Like, I've got to have the new Fenrir, you know.
Yeah. Oh, they got a shield. I'm buying the shield, man.
Yeah, so we're really lucky with that, aren't we? Like, we have all this really, we can go in directions with the merch that most bands wouldn't, you know. We're really, eventually we will have our own drinking horns, and shields would be pretty wicked.
Just a couple, you know, do 2 a year or something. Every time an album comes out, have just a shield or 2, promote the album, right?
You can't see it here, but the wall, it has axes and shields, and there's a big deer's head here. I should have put them all into.
Just have the deer heads and the shields.
His name is Ramsey. We bring him to shows with us now, and he sits on the stage. So we've got like the shields, and Ramsey's there always, you know, with his putting up the horns.
Right.
Oh yeah, but it's just going strength to strength, man. It's just great that the solid unit that we have. I just don't think that we're never gonna hit a wall, man. It's just gonna, we're gonna charge through it and
go with. Yeah.
It's brilliant. But you know, the new album is it was inspired really by losing my dad, but like all the songs are still Norse mythology based. Like like the premise of the whole album is life, death, and the afterlife, but predominantly it's all the afterlife in Norse mythology. So it's all like some of the tracks. I'll list off some tracks because we've kind of kept very tight-lipped about all the tracks and everything. Like
I
so,
was gonna say, I don't even know all that. I just know the little bits you've sent me and shit. I'm like, send me more. I'll know what I promise.
So the title track, like we said, Holy Mountain, that's that one, and then
Mhm.
Brig was released already. But we've a couple of really cool tracks like Live and Die by the Sword, which is a song about Valhalla and the warriors, the Einheimer and Valhalla getting ready for Ragnarok. There's a couple of them, but then there's
Yeah.
more in-depth ones like say like Idun the Ever Young. It's about Idun with her golden apples that she gives to gods, and they have eternal life. And so there's a lot of deep stories in here as well. But then there's the ones like Price of Glory, which is just about berserkers,
Yeah.
hacking people.
Yeah, just straight up rage, cacking people, like you say, right? Getting that anger out, that frustration, right?
Yeah. Like there's a nice mix of like deep emotional ones, but then there's just like charge. Listen to your
We're rehearsing a few of the new ones at the minute. We've been playing Journeys of Rig live for nearly a year now, but we're doing a couple of other key tracks off this, and they're coming along really nicely.
Yeah. Lots of like crowd participation chants, like people to shout, your typical awesome Norse mythology words like Valhalla, and,
Yeah. Right.
so we love them. Like we've one song called Let's Drink Mead that was often our last album, but that is the most fun to play live, because everybody, the lyric is raise your horn, let's drink mead. So like everybody's in the audience with their beer or whatever, and it's just
Yeah, they're soon to have drinking horn with your band name down the side, right?
yeah. So it's all connected, like
Yeah.
We did have a crazy idea. I'll tell you, man. We never told anybody else's before, but we were like, right, what if we had a set of boxer shorts with with like a hand with a drinking horn, so saying raise your horn.
Dude, you should do that, man. 100%. That would sound right.
I'd wear those.
Yeah, we were sitting there thinking, what other kind of like different ideas could we get going for merch?
Right?
We had a lady, like I can't remember what it was like.
Yeah, no, it's some good ideas.
Yeah. It's a bit more risque than selling hammers, but
Yeah, right.
you never know what we'll come up with next, man.
No. So,
yeah.
when you're going on this tour, then is the label and stuff organizing, say, where you stay and stuff, or are you guys still heavily involved in how you're getting there, where you're staying, and that as well?
Well, the Irish tour, we're kind of lucky because it's so small. Like we're doing 8 dates all across Ireland, which is actually quite a lot of shows to play in Ireland on a tour because it's so small. Like so, but there was a couple of towns over the last couple of years that have really been really good to us. So we wanted to go to those, and there's a couple we have never been to that we're going to as well. So when it comes to the Irish shows, we'll probably go and come home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you.
When we were on the tour with Vader, we were lucky we were able to stay on the tour bus with them. But I think the next one we're going on, I'm not sure if it's going to be a sleeper van or we're going to be in hotels. I'm not sure. I'd say we'll be sleeping in some kind of moving vehicle.
Right. No doubt.
You wake up in the next town, you're like, where the fuck am I?
I'm in the midst of renovating a van now. I just gutted everything out of it. And I got a bit of the body to fix inside the cab to fucking start framing it, and then I'm on the road so much too, right? It's like, I see hotels all week, every week. It's like same fucking curtain, same fucking bed,
Yeah.
So at least now with the van, when it's ready, I have a little. I might just get rid of my apartment. It's like, why do I even have it?
What's that?
You're probably hardly ever there because you're away working.
No. So when I moved in there last August, I didn't even move a single thing in until like second week in September when I finally was home and could move my shit in. It was like, and then I was gone for another couple months, right? And then I come home I wasn't even home for Christmas here or nothing. I was out doing other shit, right? It was like, So I'm enjoying being home today. I'm pretty well home maybe once every couple Sundays or so, right? So.
What do they call it? The van life. It's become
Yeah.
very popular now. Like you see,
I just call it life. I've lived in and out of vans my whole life. just another home,
it's the same as the rock and roll life, really. Like you see, like I mean, obviously we're only stepping into that world now, but you see, like the likes of like Vader, that was our biggest example to see ourselves. And Jesus, man, they tore some fierce amount of dates. Like they'd be like, in one continent 1 month, and then they're in another continent, and it's just like it's like clockwork. It's like get up, go to sleep, go do this, and
because when we finished up with them in Scandinavia, they went to Iceland.
Yeah,
and I think they had a week off, and then they went over to Asia.
Yeah,
and Australia, and then
Morocco.
Yeah, South America. Yeah, it's unreal. Like
non-stop.
Yeah.
Still another 60 shows to go, right? Like,
like there was one, and like I woke up the next morning on a we were in Denmark, but the night before we were in Sweden, and Terrence goes, "Here, look at this," and he showed me a video, and the bus went under a tunnel under the sea, and I slept through it.
That's hilarious. That's crazy, man.
Warm last night, man. It's like because there's no windows on the tour bus. It's just like a little cell, with no windows.
Yeah.
You go to sleep, you go under the ocean, and you wake up in a different country.
That's pretty wild there. Yeah, how did we get here, man? We drove under the ocean, brother.
Turned into a fucking submarine for a couple of hours. But our next let me see. So we're in April. We're doing the warm-up show up here, which is nice because it's like we get to play to like our local community. Let's say everybody that knows us from the area gets to come down. It's a good time. It's outside as well, so it can be hit or miss. We don't know whether it's going to be raining or not. Like most likely it will be. Even it's gonna be interesting anyway. But then we're kicking off in Galway, and it's our first time to play in Galway, in Sally Long's. It's this really iconic venue. I mean, the Cass has been there quite a few times, and it's like a biker bar as far as I'm. Well, that's what it used to be anyway. And it's just nice to get down to play in places that we've not played with on this tour. We just want to get around places in Ireland that we haven't been, because we've got quite a nice little fan base in a few towns. It'd be nice to just keep
grow that. Grow it now. Show, because word spreads. They'll know about you before you get there, especially if the other towns are definitely paying attention, right? Like.
That's it, like, and then it's down again down the country to Limerick. We've only played one show in Limerick, and it was absolutely wild. They were crazy, man.
It was the most enjoyable show I've played with the guys. The audience were unbelievable.
They were fucking brilliant. Like, honestly, man, they were the stars of the show. That audience were fucking brilliant. It was a festival called Siege of Limerick, and I swear to God, I was standing playing the whole set, just mesmerized. It was brilliant, and the interaction was lovely, and it really I was just like, I need to get back to Limerick, like, straight away. So like Good show on the tour. We hooking up with this great promoter run and led by a lady called Anna, and she's helping us run the show in the Pharmacia, which is a really nice venue in Limerick. So looking forward to going there. But the rest of it, I'll just skim through just because I don't leave anybody out. So we're going to Drogheda in McHugh's on the 12th of July. And then we're taking a break for August to do other things not this tour related. And then September we'll see you. We'll go down to Cork.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't like Cork's. The Fred Zeppelin's is another iconic venue over here, so I'm so excited to play that place as well. And then we are in Smitty's. In Smitty's is a bar at the back of this cool venue called the Stables venue. But it's in Mullingar, and Mullingar is near where all my family would be from. So I'm really hoping to get my mother to this gig.
That'll be all right, eh?
I really want, like, my mother's 75, right? And I really want to get like my aunties. One auntie, her Auntie Lena, I'll give you a shout out. She's in her 80s. Like, I want to see them up in the mosh pit, the two of them, like. Yeah, so I want as many of my family at that one, so that's going to be like a nice different gig again.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it'd be cool. Like, and then December, then we are actually the November date is we're not sure where exactly, but there'll be something cool. And December, then we're in our favorite venue, actually. Well, not favorite venue, but
Right up there, eh? No, it's right up there, right?
I mean, like, no, it's just that we played a show last Christmas in Derry in Sandino's, and the staff treated us like fucking kings, man. They were so nice, really, really nice venue. The whole vibe, everything was lovely, and that's our, it's becoming since last year. It's becoming our, what would you say, like our Christmas celebration,
Yeah.
our Yuletide or Yule block.
Yeah, my good friend actually Hollywood who does all the stuff behind us. She's all like that, and then she does Yule every year. She gives me shit because I wasn't even gonna go because I was gonna be in like out of the country and shit, but I flew back, made Yule, and then,
Yeah, so we'll be having our yearly Yule show in Sandino's then on the 7th of December. So cannot wait. And then obviously we have Jorvik in February, and we have an idea for something cool in January as well. So we're light years ahead of where we are. Like like honestly, the boys had to slow me down anyway because I get really excited and I had already things in mind for 2027.
I'm always a year or two ahead too. Like I already know what's happening this year. I'm planning next year's things, right? Like
it's mad. So you understand, man. It's difficult trying to live in the now when you have a brain that's like down the line.
Yeah, I always say like I kind of age like dogs the way my brain discovers time. Like one day to use like 7 days in my head. Like why haven't you talked to me? It's only been 5 minutes. Oh, fuck, it's like 10 hours. You know what I mean? But
that is brilliant. I'm gonna use that analogy all the time.
It's so true. I thought of it the other day. I'm like, what's wrong with me? Oh, now I get it, right?
I love it, man. That's brilliant. So,
right, but so I'm going down with the band Everfelt in April. They're playing at a fairground festival for 2 days, so I'm in for that one. So I'm gonna cruise down in the old gypsy van I got and cover all that. Right. Then we have our July and August show here in Ontario that we host, and then we have our one in October that we've teamed up with in Maine there, and then obviously I'll be there with you guys in September, and then when I get back from that, I'll throw the big birthday September bash. There's last year I think we had 12 September babies at the party, plus everyone else that was there, right? But then then it's off to Texas, man. Start building on the land, right? Come winter next year, that's where I'll be most of my time, right?
Amazing. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, warm.
That's some journey down for you then, is it?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm about 21 hours. Not too far, right?
So it's similar to driving the Cork, like it's
Yeah. Just a trip quick to the store, baby.
it is. It's crazy though. You think about it, like even like we're chatting about our shows in Europe and stuff. We're planning them out, what routes we're gonna take, and it like even to go from one little. So I don't want to give anything away. I'll just name a
Mhm.
random country. Let's say Spain, right? So I'm pretty sure we're not playing in Spain, so I'm not giving anything
Yeah.
away. I don't know. We're not. But
Yeah.
like the distance to play from one city to the next is so much bigger than here. We're just like it's crazy. You think about, oh yeah, I'll throw 40 diesel in the car and I'll get down the country and most of the way back. But we have to like think of like, oh, it's probably like about 10 hours to one city and then 10 hours to another city.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do
Mhm.
we like that much diesel?
Yeah. No, it's so true. Like 90% of your time in those situations is just traveling, just getting there,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then by the time you get there, I don't know. I always got to wash the road rot off me. I call it, right? The road dirt or grime, whatever. You just feel gross after 2 days in a bus. It's like
Know that.
When I think about it, like we keep going back to the Vader tour as an example, but
Mm.
like I had to like the minute I got home, Kathy threw away all my clothes and my boots. She was like, "No fucking way are you keeping these," and just threw them away without even asking me. She's like, "No, no, no," and like you had a good pair of runners there.
Yeah, I bought a new pair of trainers, which are really good. Like the trainers are important because I need to feel comfortable with my pedals.
Mhm.
These were great, but after 2 weeks on tour,
The smell was fucking unbelievable. Like,
I couldn't wear them again for 6 months. It took them 6 months to detox, and Ren's boots walked out of the house on their
yeah.
own.
Oh yeah, man. You learn a lot about people when you're on the road with them for a while. You're like, fuck. Don't even now. You just tell them the next time. Don't even bring those shoes in here, bud. You wash your feet at the door.
Like shoes can smell bad at the best of time, but like when you're wearing them, in a sweaty bus with what was it, about 35
35 guys.
guys, like it's
Yeah.
35 bus, like like it was very interesting in the smell side of things.
That's one thing that doesn't get talked a lot about the road. It's always, this or that, but no one talks about, this guy's
Yeah.
a fucking, you need to shower, here's deodorant, bud, like something, Just personal hygiene on the road is hard to maintain.
The glamorous side of things is kind of, I think that it's
There is no glamorous
no,
side.
that's what it is. I think it's a myth. I think they're trying to give this illusion, but really, I mean, we're honest. We're a couple of lads up in Donegal. We'll tell you how it is. Like, but I mean, there was one time to get a shower, we had to go into a gym to get showered. Before a show.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we pulled up at the venue that morning, and there was no showers there, so we had to find out where the local gym was. We paid €20 each.
Now you got a membership to this gym for a month, right?
It was grand. You got a little workout in as well, and got a shower and stuff. But like it was funny because the first night we went to Scandinavia, we stayed in this lovely hotel, before we met up with the guys on the bus, and there was saunas. There was a gym,
Yeah,
a gym
there
in
was
the
a gym,
hotel.
yeah.
It was all like very swanky.
Oh,
And we went from that to like completely different, like roughing it. I mean,
mhm.
it was a beautiful big tour bus. Now, don't get me wrong, but like, there's only so much luxury you can really get personally on something like that.
Yeah. Well, you have a bunch of other people with you, and you're on a bus. How much privacy do you really gonna have?
Oh no, man. But you know what? It's great fun, and it's a good experience. Like, and you can always reminisce and joke about these experiences. Like, it's great.
Oh,
Like,
I have so many road stories. Half my stories are like I was in this country or I was in this type. You know, I was way the fuck over here, and this happened, right? Like,
Actually, that's what we do it for. All the it's just the mad stories when we're old men and we're like, with the grandkids, and we're like, you've no idea.
that'll be my final show creation. Will be just all of us when we're old, and we'll just have a fire, and we'll be like campfire confessions, and we'll just tell all our sins from the road, and then fucking that'll be the show, baby.
That's a great idea.
That is,
Right.
yeah, the boneyard campsite confessions edition.
Right? Campfire confessions. We'll just have the fire. We won't even show who's on the show, so it'll be totally anonymous, you know.
And definitely get on for that one. If it's anonymous, then because like we divulge enough information as it is. So, but if it's not anonymous, there's no whole bar. So there.
No, right? That'd be way better, you know.
Well, they're never going to pick your accent.
Oh, they'll never know who it is, right?
That's like, no.
Nobody watches the show. Don't worry.
We'll have to put like one of those voice things, like
Yeah.
the evil deep voice thing.
Oh yeah. We'll just play the band's music in the background.
Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, I love it, man.
But yeah, I got the cooking show tonight. I got to film. This will be the second season, second episode, right? And then next week when I get back from work, depending on what day it is, I got to work on the van. I'm gonna start. It's gutted now, and then I got to frame it in, and then I take it up to my buddy that he's gonna foam it and insulate the whole thing for me. And then I can start designing and building the inside, man, and getting it set up for when I go see the bands. Now I can start going and see them in person like I originally planned with the show. And then when they shut the world down, like, although this has introduced me to so many more bands than I can go and drive to, you know what I mean, to be able to make these connections. So I got to keep this going. But yeah, I can't wait to get that band running, baby. Fucking.
When you get the insides designed and built, send photographs because we will be looking at ideas.
Oh, I've been started a new show, My Gypsy Life. I've been filming it all so far. So our last one was all live action with me grinding all this fucking like the seat brackets. Like the seat would never go nowhere. It would rip the whole floor out of the van before it fucking lifted off of there. But the seat belt to unhook it, it was a little tiny clip. Boop. Like, I've got to have the seatbelt reinforced in the seat, man. Like, come on now. Like, it was more, man. You'll see. I'll send you the link there after the show, man. I'll check it out. But, guys, shoot me all your links and stuff. I'll put them up top in the title. I'll make sure I tag you all up once the show's done, baby. And is there anything else we should cover tonight, guys? I know it's getting, you guys are what, about 8 o'clock, almost 8 o'clock there tonight?
Something like that, yeah. It's not too late. No, but
I
think we've covered everything that we wanted to.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, like, thanks so much. It was amazing to get back on chatting to you, brother. Like, love it.
I enjoy you every time you guys come on, man. You guys are definitely one of my favorite guests right up there of all time. Like you got Spooky, who always comes on with me, right? And a couple others.
Sick. Yeah, man. I hope you like the new album when it's out. I'll make sure to send you links and stuff about that as well. And we'll have to. Well, I was gonna say we'll have to send you an album, but when you come over in September, we can.
Yeah, I'll just get it. I'll get you to sign it and everything. I'll fucking get photos with you. I'll be total fanboy for about 10-15 minutes. And then we can get down to business and drink and carry on and do what we do, right?
On the wrong side of the road, one arm.
Right, yeah. Filming, drinking, smoking. Yeah, baby.
It's going to be a little mini documentary. Fred Zeppelin.
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask you there. I'll do it now live. I was going to ask you behind the scenes. I'm working with a couple out of Florida on doing an independent documentary on the independent scene. And they're covering kind of Florida and stuff, but I'm more international. So maybe when I come, we can like you said, we'll film some behind the scenes stuff and put that in the documentary as well, right? I'd be honored if you guys would be down for that, right?
Honored, man. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Honored, brother. Yeah, class.
Yeah, so I'll find out how much time I can get in September, man, and I'll be in touch with you a couple days on that, and then I can start pricing out where I should fly into, wherever you want to meet up or whatever, and then we'll go from there.
Awesome. Sounds
So
like
once again, give your band a big shout out. Tell everyone who you are, where you're from, and fucking play it loud, play it proud, baby.
Red Marabou and the Berserkers. From
That's awesome. All right, baby. Thanks again so much for your time, man. I know you guys are busy. You guys have deserved everything coming your way 100%, man. You guys work so hard. It's an honor to have you guys on again. And like I said, we'll start planning for September, and I'll see you guys then.
Sweet. Thank you, brother. Nice.